When running low-voltage wires in parallel with electrical wires, maintaining the correct minimum distance is crucial for safety and code compliance. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, specifies the requirements for separating different voltage classes of wiring to prevent interference, reduce the risk of electrical hazards, and ensure the overall integrity of the electrical system. The minimum distance required between low-voltage wires and electrical wires when run in parallel is 4 inches. This separation helps to prevent inductive coupling, where the electromagnetic field from the higher voltage wires can induce a voltage in the lower voltage wires, potentially causing signal interference or even damage to sensitive electronic equipment. It also minimizes the risk of insulation breakdown and arcing, which can lead to fire hazards. Maintaining this 4-inch separation is essential in various applications, including residential, commercial, and industrial settings. For example, in a residential setting, low-voltage wiring for home theaters, security systems, or thermostats might run parallel to electrical wiring for lighting or appliances. In commercial buildings, data cables and communication lines often run alongside power cables. In industrial environments, control wiring for machinery and equipment may be installed near high-voltage power cables. In all these scenarios, adhering to the 4-inch minimum separation is critical for ensuring safety and preventing equipment malfunction. There are a few exceptions to this general rule, or specific circumstances where alternative methods can be employed to achieve equivalent safety and performance. Firstly, using a physical barrier. Installing a grounded metal barrier, such as a metal conduit or raceway, between the low voltage and electrical wires can provide effective shielding and allow for reduced separation distances. The metal barrier acts as a Faraday cage, intercepting the electromagnetic field from the electrical wires and preventing it from inducing a voltage in the low voltage wires. Secondly, using shielded cables. Employing shielded cables for either the low voltage or electrical wires can also reduce the required separation distance. Shielded cables have a conductive layer, typically made of copper or aluminum, that surrounds the inner conductors and is connected to ground. This shield helps to contain the electromagnetic field within the cable and prevent it from radiating outwards, reducing the potential for interference or induction. Thirdly, using conduit systems. Running the low voltage and electrical wires in separate conduit systems can provide physical separation and shielding, allowing for reduced separation distances. Conduit systems such as rigid metal conduit, intermediate metal conduit, or electrical metallic tubing provide a continuous grounded enclosure for the wires, effectively containing the electromagnetic field and reducing the risk of interference or arcing. Fourthly, adhering to manufacturer's instructions. Some manufacturers of low voltage or electrical equipment may specify different separation distances or installation requirements based on the specific characteristics of their product. Always consult the manufacturer's instructions and follow their recommendations to ensure proper installation and performance. Fifthly, consulting with a qualified electrician. When in doubt, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician who is familiar with NEC and local electrical codes. A qualified electrician can assess the specific installation conditions and provide guidance on the appropriate separation distances and wiring methods to ensure safety and code compliance. They can also perform necessary calculations and measurements to verify that the installation meets all applicable requirements. Failing to maintain the proper separation between low voltage and electrical wires can have several negative consequences. Firstly, signal interference. Inductive coupling between the wires can cause signal interference, resulting in degraded performance or malfunction of sensitive electronic equipment. This can be particularly problematic for data cables, communication lines, and control wiring, where accurate and reliable signal transmission is essential. Secondly, electrical hazards. Insufficient separation can increase the risk of insulation breakdown, arcing, and even fire hazards. The high voltage from the electrical wires can stress the insulation of the low voltage wires, leading to premature failure and potential short circuits. Arcing could occur if the insulation breaks down completely, creating a dangerous electrical discharge that can ignite flammable materials. Thirdly, code violations. Non-compliance with the NEC and local electrical codes can result in fines, penalties, and even legal liability. The electrical inspectors are responsible for enforcing the code and ensuring that all electrical installations meet the minimum safety standards. Violations can also void insurance coverage and create potential liability issues in the event of an accident or fire. Fourthly, equipment damage. Induced voltages and electrical surges can damage sensitive electronic equipment connected to the low voltage wiring. This can result in costly repairs or replacements and disrupt critical operations. Fifthly, safety risks. Inadequate separation between low voltage and electrical wires can create a safety risk for workers and occupants. Contact with energized wiring can result in electric shock, burns, and even death. It is important to take all necessary precautions to prevent electrical hazards and ensure the safety of everyone who may come into contact with the electrical system. To ensure proper separation between low voltage and electrical wires, follow these best practices. Firstly, plan the wiring layout carefully. Before starting any wiring project, carefully plan the layout and identify potential conflicts between low voltage and electrical wires. Consider alternative routing options to maximize separation distances and minimize the risk of interference or hazards. Secondly, use separate pathways. Whenever possible, run low voltage and electrical wires in separate pathways, such as different conduits, raceways, or cable trays. This provides physical separation and shielding, reducing the potential for inductive coupling and electrical hazards. Thirdly, maintain a minimum 4-inch separation. If it is not possible to use separate pathways, maintain a minimum 4-inch separation between low voltage and electrical wires. Use spacers, cable ties, or other means to ensure that the wires remain separated throughout their entire length. Fourthly, use shielded cables. Employ shielded cables for either the low voltage or electrical wires, especially in areas where separation distances are limited or where interference is a concern. Shielded cables provide an extra layer of protection against electromagnetic interference and reduce the risk of signal degradation. Fifthly, ground all metal components. Properly ground all metal components of the electrical system, including conduits, raceways, cable trays, and equipment enclosures. Grounding provides a path for fault currents to flow safely back to the source, reducing the risk of electric shock and equipment damage. Sixthly, inspect the installation. After completing the wiring installation, thoroughly inspect it to ensure that all separation requirements are met and that all connections are properly made. Use a multimeter or other test equipment to verify that there are no voltage differences between the low voltage and electrical wires. Seventhly, label all wiring. Clearly label all wiring to identify the voltage, class, and purpose of each cable. This helps to prevent accidental contact with energized wires and makes it easier to troubleshoot problems in the future. Eighthly, follow local codes. Always follow the NEC and local electrical codes when installing low voltage and electrical wiring. These codes provide minimum safety standards and guidelines for ensuring the proper installation and operation of electrical systems. Ninthly, consult with a professional. When in doubt, consult with a qualified electrician who can provide expert advice and guidance on proper wiring methods and separation requirements. A qualified electrician can also perform necessary calculations and measurements to verify that the installation meets all applicable codes and standards. Tenthly, stay up to date. Stay up to date on the latest changes and revisions to the NEC and local electrical codes. Electrical codes are constantly evolving to reflect new technologies and safety concerns. By staying informed, you can ensure that your wiring installations are always safe and compliant.